In a tangled web of surveillance and suspicion, crucial evidence remains elusive.
Locations like a school, library, and then you have private businesses along that route. Pharmacies, gas stations, things like that, that undoubtedly captured video at that time. And I think we've talked a lot about a lot of the missteps here. Getting this route information out was not one of them. This would help generate those leads and help people to save that video before it expired.
Joe Scott, there is a plethora of information. Look at the elementary school. What do you see?
Well, I can see 4 points, or at least probably multiple, more than 4 points of where cameras could be positioned. And it's going to have a field of visual perspective. Here's the thing. When you take a look at this and these cameras, if they're working, and we've run into that before, have we not?
Right.
On each corner of the building, these cameras, their field of view will be intersecting. Okay, so if you think about the vision that a camera has, as it goes out, it kind of expands, right? So each one of these points will intersect with the other. The cool thing about this, let's just say from the perspective of the school, that these things are going to be overlapping. All right, they're going to overlap, and you can catch. If you can't catch it from one, you can catch it from the other. I'm talking about the color description of the vehicle, and in addition to that, you might be able to get a hit on a license plate relative to all of this. So these fields of view, if you will, are intersecting or overlapping of one another. And this is on, obviously, a main thoroughfare here.
I just really want to know how this map came to be and if they're being pointed in the wrong direction on purpose. Again, maybe it is just simply Annie's trying to do anything to find her mom. But I haven't seen her do anything to find her mom at all. So it's weird. Does Annie's son go to the school? I have no idea. And I'm not even trying to look into their children, because people are starting to say that maybe their kid did it. And I don't want some underage kid to be, I'm going to say I don't know. And I don't know about the kids, right? I kind of want to keep them out of that.
We're talking about a school, right? So parents are coming and going, throughout the day. They're going to have a circle, that you have to pass through, drop these kids off. And nowadays, with the way schools are, security is at the top of their list. So hopefully these cameras are all functioning. Hopefully they're sensitive enough to pick up on any critical data.
Have you guys seen this? So Flojo or Mab, have you already seen the map and talked about this? I'm just curious. All right. I mean, that's a big deal. That would have been a big deal in the case to be able to search those routes. Now, I'm sure law enforcement's doing their thing. I'm almost 99.9% positive they have evidence that we just don't know about yet. There's no reason why they wouldn't. I heard that it took Sheriff Nanos, he actually made the decision to not give the FBI the hair that he had, the original hair sample. That's what somebody else in his department said, that he literally was like, should I give this to the FBI or should we do it ourselves? And his ego trumped everything, and they took that hair and did it themselves. And yet we still don't have anything. All right. You haven't seen that? All right, let's continue. Let's hear what this is about.
I got something for you, everybody. Green Toes North Nail Salon and Massage. Take a look to the right of the building, right in front. Surveillance camera, right in front, Cheryl McCollum.
That's the first thing that I saw, Nancy, when you sent the picture. Not only is it right in the front, it would capture the parking lot and the roadway. So again, my question becomes, why don't we have the car? If this is the route that he took, we would know the time that the app separated from the pacemaker, that the approximate time that he would be passing through there. Again, you're talking about 2 a.m, 2:30, 3 a.m. There's not going to be that many vehicles. I don't understand how we don't already have it. My other question becomes, why does Annie Guthrie believe this is the route, and where does she think they were going? Those are key questions for me.
Again, this just came out yesterday in the Nancy episode. And of course, I don't typically cover cases on weekends. So I said, you know what? We need to look at this. Everybody's all up in arms about the plant thief. And then there's a ton of theories running wild. I mean, we're doing that too, but we're trying to stay on track. And then this comes out. All right. I have seen this video, though. I like the Southern guest. This just came out yesterday, and I was like, wait, what? She gave a map to and from. How'd she get that? How did they get to that? Did she offer that? Or did they sit down with her and say, wait, camera may not have been on? Yeah, see, that's the thing. Does she know? Did she point him in the wrong direction on purpose? We just simply don't know. Yeah, that's a nothing burger. He was ruled out.
Me that I don't know the answer to yet. But again, you pass more cameras than you know every day. ATMs have cameras. Buses have cameras. I mean, you're on camera more than you think you are. But after 80 something days, we don't have this guy.
Summertime expenses stacking up fast.
Let's get back to the map.
What was left of her remains were found. Why is it law enforcement so often discounts civilian tips like what Annie has provided?
Yeah, there's an inherent bias with a number of investigators based on their experience. They look at somebody from the public, is from a family member, and they see a lot of emotion there, and they immediately discount what's being said. Now, I'll call back right to the beginning of this investigation. Annie Guthrie was in the house telling investigators there is no chance that that Mrs. Guthrie wandered off, that she's unable to walk more than 50 yards on her own power. And they were still, in the immediate sense, treating it as an elderly person wandering off. So, hey, this comes to missed opportunities, right?
I mean, that. I didn't even realize that they had thought that for the first 24 to 48 hours or put it out in that way. Tucson says if you're trying to avoid cop attention at the time of the morning, you take regular routes to blend in. Those roads are very dark, so headlights would catch the attention of cop. But I wonder why she pointed them specifically that route. Like, what is it about there? I wish I was in the area and I could drive it because I would. Oh, yeah, she was using her special powers. I get it. I know, that's what I'm saying. Every time I cover this episode, it just keeps coming back. And no, we don't. Silvergate, nobody's saying Annie and her friends haven't been out there looking, but we haven't seen them. We haven't heard them. We haven't seen a plea. I never saw this map until just now. And so we're questioning it. I'd rather question the map that is solidly evidence something that she gave to law enforcement than just some random lights that we see out in the dark that may look like some certain vehicle that it's not. Right? Try to follow the leads. Yeah, so it was a tricky route. So why did she point him in that direction? That's what I'm trying to understand. We're going to figure that out, hopefully.
No investigator, no investigative agency is going to be perfect. However, there have been some big missteps here with not listening to the family and, might I say, some of these tips from the public.
Cheryl McCollum, you are a crime scene investigator. In my cases that I prosecuted, those are the first people I listen to. It's the family and what input they have in the case. Here, for whatever reason, you're wondering why. You know what? At some point, Cheryl, why ask why? Just accept that Annie Guthrie believes this is the route the killer took and run with it. Why is it law enforcement is so resistant to civilian or family input?
Is it law enforcement or is it Sheriff Nanos? That's what I want to know. Someone of the perp, others too, definitely. You can Google roller coaster road. It's a crazy hill and curvy, but fun. But why would that be the route? That is just wild. Yeah, go put up your green screen. Yay. It looks like you already had one. You did a pretty good job before. Are those the entrances to the desert? I don't know that area, so that's what I'm trying to figure out where that came from and how it came about. All right, Nanos.
I think in this case, you have to listen to her. Nothing else has panned out. And to me, you're at that scene, Nancy. If this was you and I standing inside that house, we don't even have to listen to Annie. You're looking over there. Her eyeglasses are there. Her cell phone is there. Her hearing aids are there. Her walker is there. Her shoes are there. This woman didn't leave on her own. It's clear she did not. So if you've got her child telling you, I think this is the route, you need to check it out anyway. From her home, that driveway, you can only go left or right. Once you get to a major intersection to the left and one to the right, at that point, if you do not have that killer's car on video, then pay attention to what her daughter's telling you. You got to check it out.
And I hope that they did. I hope that they did. I hope that this is just something that was missed and they've looked and they've got the cameras and we're going to see. I really don't want it to be her children directly. I do believe it's somebody in the circle, but the circle's, it's small, but it's been a long time. Nancy's been there since 1975. It could be the guy at the grocery store. You know what I mean? Anything. Map was misleading. You know, a lot of people are saying that, and that's why they didn't put it out, because of the way that it was created, how it got created, and what was behind it.